Good morning, everyone. Hello. I am Phoebe J, the Cashflow Pocket Rocket, and I'm super excited to bring you today episode number 43. Can you believe it? Getting close to the 1 year mark of my podcast. And poor Jessie, I do them sometimes a little bit last minute. So today is Friday and I'm recording this and I'm doing it live in my Facebook group, Business Mastery Secrets. So if you're not part of the Facebook group and you're listening to this podcast, make sure you get over there on Facebook and find it. It's also in the show notes below. So you can click the link in the show notes and it'll take you directly to there. But jump across into that group because I do some live trainings in there and there's lots of opportunity for you to grow your business and connect with other business people. But today I'm doing my podcast live. So you can actually watch the video. You can see me. You can see the face behind the voice because sometimes that's really nice to see too. Today is a really important topic and it is stop doing this when pricing. Pricing is probably one of the most challenging aspects of business, especially when you're getting started. How to set your prices, how to be competitive, how not to be undercharging your services, but how to be setting fair prices so that you're set a good place in the market and you're not underpricing and you're also not limiting your opportunity to growth. So it's a real, you can see my hands, my camera's kind of close up, but it's a real balancing act, pricing, and it's really kind of like an art form. So it's something that you need to revisit all the time. I recommend people actually go back and revisit their pricing strategy often. Don't just set your prices once and then forget about them. Make sure you actually put a reminder in your calendar to do it at least, I would say monthly, but especially with the way things are changing in the marketplace at the moment, if you're a trade or services business and you're using a lot of materials or supplies, even staff, cost of materials, cost of supplies are going up radically at the moment. Sometimes people are saying they're tripling in the space of a year. So going back and viewing your prices is so important to do on a really regular basis, especially if you're using materials or you're importing from overseas, making sure that the exchange rate or the cost of manufacturing your products or services isn't eating into your profits and actually sending you broke. So definitely put a reminder in your calendar as a director and the CEO of your business that it's something you need to go and look at every single month and review your prices and make sure that you're still profitable, you're still competitive, and you're still valuing everything you do. And I love seeing posts pop up on Facebook around someone got my quote the other day and they were like, well, that's too expensive. But then you kind of say to them, well, okay, you go do it yourself. And they're like, oh, but I need all these tools and I need all this experience and I need all this knowledge and I need someone to help me and I need to then buy all the materials. And it's like, hello, that is why my prices are the way are, because I've got the years of experience. I've got the tools of the trade. I've invested in myself and I've invested in my business. And that's why my prices are where they are. So I can actually have a profitable business. I can have employees working for me. I can pay myself what I deserve to be paid out of the business and really live the life of my dreams and also giving you a great service at a really amazing, valuable service. So stop doing this when pricing. Number one, pricing based solely on undercutting your customers. This is one of the strategies that is absolutely going to send you broke. If you are constantly in the market just to undercut your competitors, then there's always going to be someone that's going to come in cheaper than you. So if it's all about being the cheapest, then you better make sure that you are the most efficient, the most systemized, you've got the best products and services for the cheapest. If you've got using materials or supplies, you've got the best relationship with your suppliers, there's no wastage, you're not doing anything that's going to actually put you into a loss position, because if you're just going in for the lowest, you're really cutting everything fine. And you need to absolutely make sure that you can manufacture and produce your products or services at a really high rate and a really high volume. Otherwise, you're absolutely going to go out of business. So I don't recommend anyone does this strategy unless you are like trying to set yourself apart as being the cheapest possible option out there, because it will absolutely send you broke. Undercutting your competitors, there's always going to be someone cheaper than you out there, and you'll find that your customers won't be loyal. The customers that you will attract will be just those customers that want the cheapest option, and as soon as they find the next cheapest option, they're going to jump ship and they're going to move on to the next one, especially if you're a small business and you don't have the capacity and the resources to really make sure that everything is 100% efficient. There's no wastage. You can manufacture things at a really high volume. This is not the strategy that you want to do. So make sure you are not just setting your prices based on undercutting your competition. Another one is actually looking at your competitors and making your prices or setting your prices based on what they do. You aren't inside their business. You don't know what they do. You don't know what their secret sauce is. You can guess all you like, but you have absolutely no idea. So don't look at your competitors and base your price on what they're doing. And another thing is, don't put a post up in a big Facebook group and ask someone else what they think is the right price for your services, because you're only going to get everyone else's opinion and feedback and negative comments, and you just don't need that. If you really want to get some advice around your pricing, then find someone who's either been in your industry and can really give you some sound advice because of the experience they have, or working with someone like an accountant or a business and finance success coach like myself that can really help you to understand the costs that are involved in producing the products or services that you're wanting to offer. And also has the experience and knowledge to really help map out your revenue, look at all the overheads that are involved, and also looking at, taxes and what you want to pay yourself, and really setting a clear strategy for your pricing and the products and services you offer based around that. So number 2 is, don't make pricing decisions based on what you think your competitors are doing and offering to the marketplace, because as I said, you're not in their business. You don't know what they do, and you really need to run your own race. Yes, I do think sometimes it's good to have a look at your competitors and see what else is out there and see how you compare to the marketplace, but don't set your prices based on what they do, because your strategy, the people and the customers that you're attracting and how you're offering your services or products is going to be so different to what they do, and it really will skew your thoughts and your opinions of what you need to do. Number 3 is guessing. So many people just kind of like pluck this figure out of the air and they guess about what they're going to price their products or services without really understanding everything behind what comes into pricing. So I've been working with one of my clients, and she's really struggled with how to price her products and services. And so we've become really clear on exactly what she wants to achieve. So what she wants to pay herself out of the business, what she would like to earn, what it costs to actually manufacture the goods and services that she's offering the marketplace, the time involved, the staff members she has to have involved, and really factoring all that into her pricing, and then knowing exactly what profit margin she needs to hit on every single quote that she puts out there, and taking the emotion out of it, really helping her to understand that she needs to hit this 30% profit margin every single time or higher, or she is going to go absolutely broke. And by having this schedule that we've created together and worked through together with her, she now understands exactly what she needs to do. She understands what numbers she needs to plug into that schedule, and she really knows how to set her prices effectively so that she can have a profitable business, she can grow her business, and she become that leading company in her industry that she really desires to become, also paying herself what she's worth and being able to live a life that she would like to live. So it's really important. Don't just guess. Make sure you understand what falls into that pricing strategy, and then setting your pricing strategy based on that. And once again, don't try and undercut your customers. Don't base your prices on what the customers are doing, and don't guess. Definitely don't guess when you're trying to set your prices. Number 4 is kind of a similar theme around guessing, is setting prices before you understand all the costs of your business and being unclear on your profit goals. So I know a lot of people go out there and they just try and, they're not confident in what they're doing, and they'll just set their prices really, really low. And they really don't know what they would like to achieve from their own profit goals. And this is what I do in the freedom number calculation. I actually step people through a process of going, okay, well, let's look at what you actually want to earn out of this business. You personally, what are your goals? What would you like to, the lifestyle you'd like to live, the place where you'd like to live, the holidays you'd like to go on, the school you'd like to send your children to, the experiences you'd like to have, the restaurants you would like to eat at, the car you'd like to drive. We factor in all these different things, and then also all of the different business expenses you have. And from that, we work backwards to really helping you understand, number 1, what prices you need to set for your services, but also how many of your different prices and products and services you need to sell every single month to hit that goal. And that is when you become really clear on your profit goals and really clear on everything that's involved to help you put your products and services into the marketplace. that is when you set your pricing strategy, and not before. You don't guess and you don't set your prices before understanding all of these factors. So if that's something that you haven't done before, then make sure you look into that and really understanding clearly, and you'll be quite surprised. Maybe your prices are great. Maybe your prices really enable you to live the life of your dreams. But maybe when you look at it, your prices are actually far too low for you to achieve the success that you want to achieve in your life. So number 5 is thinking small. So stop doing this in setting prices, thinking small, thinking just about that next sale, thinking about just getting that next customer. Actually think bigger. You know, it takes just as much energy to think big as it does to think small. So why not think big? Think about where you want to go, what your dreams are for your life and your business, and setting your prices when you actually start thinking bigger and more around what you want to achieve in your business. So no comments yet. So if you are watching this on Facebook, send me a comment or ask a question. I'd love to get back to you. Number 6 is kind of similar to undercutting the competition, but that is setting your prices just to win a job. So my husband and I often have a chat around this, because he often has to review a lot of tender applications for big projects that he's running on the Gold Coast. And he often finds that, you know, when he's really analyzing all of the different tender applications, some of them come in really low, like much, much lower than everyone else proposals. And we really kind of question that. Like the two of us actually go through that together and have a chat about it, and, you know, say that, you know, what are they trying to do? They're probably just trying to win the job, and they may not have factored everything in, and they've really left no margin in their profit to enable them to have any fat, you know, for them to pay them what they need. Or if something happens, you know, at the moment, for example, as I've talked about, I'm not sure around the rest of the world, but in Australia especially, materials and supplies are just going up so dramatically that if they don't factor that into those tenders, and it's a really long project, if they don't buy all of their material and supplies today, when they actually do that quote, by the time they actually come around to buying them, they might, just because they've tried to win the job and made their margins really, really small, they might find that they're actually putting themselves into a loss position. And it can be really stressful for a business owner, and not just the business owner, but for the other organization that you're working for, if you're not able to successfully complete the job. And no one wants a business to go out of business. You know, we know that there's customers that they rely on you, there's employees, there's families, there's your family, everyone else that relies on you when it comes to your business. It's not just about you. So you really need to make sure that you're able to keep that business strong and healthy, so that you're going to be here for the long term, not get to the halfway through a job, and because you've just priced the job to win it, you've now got no profit margin in there and you're actually going broke. And that can happen really quickly. So make sure you don't just price a job to win the job. Make sure you price the job so you can actually have, you know, all the profitability that you need. And finally, don't price your job until you understand your customers. This is really important. So who are your customers? Are you wanting to work with high-end customers, people that expect really good quality and are happy to pay for it? And if that's the case, then your pricing strategy definitely shouldn't be the lowest in the market. If you want to work with customers that you know 100% are going to value what you do and they're willing to pay for the absolute best, then once again, you don't want to be the lowest. However, if your pricing strategy is to kind of win market share and you just want to get customers, and then you feel that you're maybe going to be able to sell them more of different products and services and grow your business that way, maybe it is about going in a little bit cheaper initially to win those customers and then build that loyal following. But really understanding your customers is key with your pricing strategy. So who are who is your avatar? We talk about that in marketing, your avatar, being really clear on who you're talking to, who you're selling to, who is going to buy from you, and then setting your pricing strategy around those customers. So that is really important. So today, I just wanted to share with you some tools and strategies that you can use to make sure that you stop doing this when pricing, to create the successful, profitable business that you dream of. And if this has resonated with you at all and you feel like maybe you need to go back and look at your prices and really understand those numbers, then please reach out to me. It's my absolute passion. I've got an amazing deal at the moment. It is a flick the switch on your business taste tester. So it's a 1-week strategy session with me, basically. So what you get, and I'll be clear on this, so what you're getting is a 30-minute strategy session with me on Zoom, where we're going to deep dive into what you believe is your biggest challenge in business right now. And then we're going to come up with some amazing solutions that you can implement. And I'm going to offer you 7 days of Voxer support. So you can connect with me over the 7 days that you've got the Voxer support and really help brainstorm that problem so that you can really come out with a fantastic solution and actually turn it into an opportunity. So I've got 2 lovely ladies jumping on that opportunity starting next week. I probably can only do a couple at a time. So if this sounds interesting to you, it is only $97 at the moment. So it is super, super, super cheap. It is a 30-minute, as I said, 30-minute in-person or, on Zoom session to really uncover that deep problem that's in your business that you want to solve, and then 7 days of Voxer support. So if that sounds interesting to you and you've been wondering about what I do and how I can help you, then reach out to me. I will share a link in the show notes where you can click to actually buy that. You can go straight to my Stripe account and purchase that product, and then we'll book in a call. So as I mentioned, it's brand new. It's something I've never offered before. I've got 2 beautiful ladies who are starting with me on Monday. And if something that you want to do, I'm probably only going to be able to have place for 5 of them over the next week. So if that sounds interesting to you, go to the show notes of this podcast episode number 43, Stop Doing This When Pricing, and click the link and book that in, because you get 30 minutes of my time to problem solve, and then a whole week support of Voxer coaching to get you really moving forward with that. Plus, as a bonus, I'm running a masterclass on the 29th of July. It is called How to Plug the Money Leaks in Your Business. And right now is probably a really great time to actually look at this strategy. One of my clients in my Profit to Cash program last year, using this one strategy, has saved himself over $35,000 last year. And literally that money is now sitting in his bank account. And this year he's on target to save himself another $100,000 in his business. What could you do with an extra $100,000 in your business? Right now, I'm sure there are so many things. Maybe you could take your family on a holiday if that's something you've been dreaming of. But literally, this is cash in your bank account, because it wipes out some of the expenses of your business. So if you want to come onto that masterclass, the link will also be in the show notes today. Jump on board. That's going to be on the 29th of July. It's going to be online, in person, online, so on Zoom. So it'll be live online. That is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to jump on that masterclass, then make sure you click the link and get registered for that one. It's free, an hour-and-a-half masterclass with me on the 29th of July. There'll be the opportunity for you to ask some questions, and I'm going to deep dive into that strategy and walk you through it. And it's a super simple strategy that you can easily follow. And if you implement it, basically, I did this in my business and saved myself $5,000 a month, which literally turned into $60,000 over the year. And that was a whole employee in my business. Basically, I saved the cost of a whole employee. So imagine how the impact that could have on your business right now. So jump onto that masterclass. The link for the Flip the Switch taste tester will be in the show notes, and the link for the masterclass will also be in the show notes. Make sure you register for both. As I said, I've probably only got space for 5 of the Flip the Switch taste tester. So if you want that, make sure you jump online, register for that straight away, and hopefully it doesn't explode. I don't know how to put a limit on this, but hopefully it does not explode. And I've got some comments on my thing. Hello, Jessie. So Jessie's listening in from the Philippines. So I believe is Tina. So lovely to see you both on here. And I hope this has been helpful. If there's any other strategies or topics or anything you'd like me to cover, then please reach out to me. I love receiving emails about my podcast. So if this has helped you today, send me a message or put a comment in, share it with your business besties, ask them all to join the Business Mastery Secrets Facebook group, and let's really get together to help you create that profitable, successful business that you dream of. I am Phoebe J, the Cashflow Pocket Rocket. It has been my absolute pleasure to share with you today, and I look forward to chatting to you again in the Profit to Cash podcast. Goodbye, everyone.